There's a lot happening at SpringServe. I think we're generally known for a lot of the core video formats, and our core competency sits within video, and CTV is what a lot of people will talk about. But really, I'm super bullish on digital out of home. There's just been an explosive growth most recently, as I think we hopefully are finally in a real post-pandemic world where people are back out in the world and experiencing media in the out-of-home format. And a lot of companies are ahead of the game for good reason. There's a huge opportunity, and I'm really excited to see where that goes in the very near future with SpringServe as a player in this space.
Okay, so you mentioned digital out-of-home and CTV. What I'm getting from you is like there's a lot of similarity, maybe a little bit of a Venn diagram there. So tell me about the overlap and the similarities between the two mediums.
There's certainly a Venn diagram. I think there are user and ad experiences that are very similar across these formats. Frequency capping, we hear a lot about. Competitive separation, there's a new component to that from a geographical perspective as far as where an ad gets played. You don't want to see a McDonald's ad when you're in Burger King, just like within CTV, you don't want the same ad playing over and over and over again. So the same challenges we've been working hard on CTV are popping up and are a core issue within the digital out-of-home space, but it's something we can solve with our partners who are leaning into this exciting format.
So for those of us that aren't super familiar with digital out-of-home, because it is nascent, silly question, but are there standard ad formats for digital out-of-home already?
I think when you think of, for us as SpringServe as an ad server, our job is to get the ad on the screen, whether that's a small screen in your pocket, a big billboard, or a big screen in a bowling alley. The standardization from a size perspective is changing and evolving, but as far as getting an ad in front of people, it's kind of its simplest form.
And what's the role that programmatic's going to play for this, given that it's sort of emerging right now?
Yeah, I think much like we've seen in CTV and other media formats, programmatic provides a lot of opportunities to create operational efficiencies, certainly from a monetization perspective. As you mentioned, it is somewhat nascent, but I think we'll see programmatic play a bigger part in the monetization of digital out-of-home very soon, as buyers lean in, as there's more and more publishers who focus on this format. Programmatic's going to be at the core of it all, much like it is with CTV, and we're excited to see that happen.
And what do you think is the sort of best positioning for SpringServe? What do why are you guys so well prepared? Because it sounds clearly like you are.
Yeah, I think, like we said, there's some really cool companies that we've been fortunate enough to work with. Namely Atmosphere, a company called Loop. I mean, we've been very close to Octopus Media, recently purchased by T-Mobile, so that shows some real investment in the space. And we've been digging in on these challenges early from an ad serving perspective, right? A lot of these folks are selling themselves. A lot of these folks are honed in on the local opportunity, which needs an ad server and needs that functionality that we provide. And certainly as SpringServe sits strategically close to our brethren at Magnite as far as SSPs, and when that marketplace develops and there's additional liquidity in the space, we're set up perfectly to capture that.